back with his new podcast series. Chris Hagan is not dead yet.
Welcome back. Now, in this one, I want to talk about a very modern topic for our modern age in 2025. So I'm here looking out at the rain, splashing into my pool, relaxed. And one of my friends sent me a message saying that they have been chatting with a person that they wanted to meet in 2 days' time, I think it was. So let's talk about this topic. Let's get the summary. So imagine this. Are you ready with your imaginations? All you Harry Potter fans out there with your imaginations? You meet someone lovely online. They're charming, polite, maybe even a bit poetic. Quite nice. An artist. And you think, finally, a gentleman in 2025. Then you do the sensible thing. You Google their name. And suddenly your jaw hits the floor. Like a brick. Like a rock, not like a brick. And what pops up, not poops up. There's no pups involved. I want a dog, I want a puppy. Anyway, what pops up isn't a LinkedIn profile or a holiday selfie. It's a series of, let's say, how can we call it? Well, this person actually thinks it's artistic performance. Okay, so it's a series of artistic performances that are definitely not suitable for BBC One or your family dinner or something to watch over Christmas, Thanksgiving, because this person who I'm talking about, my friend, is American. It's not something that you would really show your family over a Thanksgiving lunch and say, look how proud I am of my man, my gentleman. So the big question today is, what do you do when the person you fancy has an internet past? Does it matter? And how much does online reputation really say about who someone is today? Well, stay with me because we're diving into digital footprints, red flags, and the very modern madness of dating in the age of Google and reverse image search. So here's what happened. A friend of mine, an American, generally one of life's good souls, was chatting to a guy online. They clicked straight away, swapped numbers, and they were polite, funny, even used punctuation. I was told, which is good. Even use punctuation. Not many people use punctuation these days. The person in episode 3, the boyfriend of the girl, didn't use punctuation. Whoa. So yeah, even use punctuation, which is very rare these days. And they were due to meet in a couple of days' time in the Philippines. Then, just to be safe, my friend put this person's name, I won't give you the name, I won't dignify them with free publicity, but put the name into Google. Now, if you can put your name into Google and find lots of things, that's not a good thing if those lots of things are not good. Very, very simple to understand. And what my friend found was what could only be described as career choices of a very open nature. Videos, images, and scenes. Let's say from what this guy claimed was a TV series and not porn. Except this TV series looks suspiciously like something you wouldn't stream on Netflix unless you were wearing headphones and making sure your nan was nowhere nearby. And when confronted, this guy laughed it off. He said, "It's just acting. Everyone does this when they start out. It's normal." And my friend, is it though? Is it really normal? It's not. Your choices that you make stay with you for life. And I repeat, I've said this many times in my book and to my friends, once online, always online. And this person also replied saying, yeah, but you have to pay to see it. Me and friend were like, but that makes it better? What? So remember, this is the 2025 version of a classic question. Can you date someone when their public image or their past doesn't line up with your values? Remember, online exposure is permanent. Permanent. Like that photo of you when you had a perm. Did any of you have a perm? And they shouldn't have done. It's terrible. So online exposure is permanent. Once online, always online. Once online, always online. Please somebody make that into a rap song for me. And what you do for clicks today can follow you into your 40s, your job interviews, your family dinners, your sales pitches, your performances at work, everywhere. And the internet has a memory like an elephant, and it has zero shame about sharing it. Also because people can take photos of this and share it elsewhere. So once you put something online, it will stay online forever. Not because of you, because of all the other perverts, let's say, who screenshot these things, took them, saved them, shared them on Twitter, and you will be online forever. Because now, if somebody, even if I do it now, if I put an image of your face into a reverse search thing, I don't know what engine they call them, yeah? Okay, I can find every photo of you or video online. Remember that. That's not a threat. I'm just telling you that's how the way works today. That's the way the world works today. Too many W's in that sentence. So advice. If you find something online that shocks you, take a pause before reacting. Ask, is it real or fabricated? Apparently, it was real and not porn. Well, if you see someone being banged up the backside or vice versa, or biting nipples in a shower and sliding down and saying things like, I have a big hard stick and wreck me please, this is porn. Very, very simple. Is it recent or ancient history? Well, the fact that this person as well has been putting videos on social media pulling down their shorts to get attention, I think it's also recent. And most importantly, how does the person handle it when confronted? Well, apparently this guy laughs. He thinks it's funny. And says, you are degrading me. Well, no, you're degrading yourself by doing these things, if that's what you want to do. And this is why normally porn stars date other porn stars, because if you've read my book, you will know my opinion of these things. And the reaction basically says far more than the videos ever will. The reaction is very, very important. If someone laughs when you say, hey, I found something online, and the response is basically, yeah, that's showbiz, that's not confidence, that's deflection. Deflection, look it up. If you try to push it off to somebody else or to change it into another way and say, yes, because every new actor needs to do these things. No, they don't. I don't think Timothée Chalamet did, and I don't think, I can't think of any other actors' names, but you get my point. So let's have a look at the psychology of attention. Okay, people are always seeking attention. Why do some people post things online that are clearly going to raise eyebrows later and will stick with you for life? Your kids will see these. Your children will see these. Your nieces and nephews will see these things. So, according to social psychologists, online exhibitionism is the need to show, flaunt, or shock. Okay, now this comes from a craving for validation, low self-esteem masked as high confidence, or simply the dopamine hit of attention, likes, follows, and comments. It's not always about being proud of one's body or work. It's often about control and controlling how people see you. The problem is, once something is public, you no longer control the audience. Once it's online, anybody can screenshot anything. This friend of mine has sent me screenshots and video recordings, screen recordings, and links online of this guy's, let's put it in, I'm doing air quotes, you can't see because I don't do a video of this, but of this acting career that's not porn. It's porn. These things stay online anyway. These screenshots, repost, clips, they take a life of their own. You can't control them. Once it's online forever. And laughing, saying, oh yeah, why are you degrading me? Ha ha ha. That's what people do in the world of showbiz. Trust me, I work in the entertainment industry. That's not how it works. So when someone says, oh, it's just acting, but they've clearly built a fan base around that content, you've got to ask, are they acting or advertising? So now let's talk about honesty. If you know you've got a colourful past online and you start seeing someone new, you have a responsibility to say so. It's very important because hiding it creates mistrust. Laughing it off trivializes it and also trivializes the other people's feelings. This I can't stand. Today in 2025, nobody seems to have respect for other people's feelings. Everybody seems to be, oh, well, I'm happy with it. That's okay. Accept it. Now, okay, to a limit, but if you're trying to meet somebody and have a romantic relationship and you tell them, oh, let's meet. Yes, I'm romantic, I'm different from everybody else. And then you're a not very good porn star saying that you have to do these things to get into the world of showbiz. I really know. I've no words. No words. And so, what was I going to say? So yeah, it's important to say so. It's important to say so. Also, then the other person can decide what to do. Because, like I said, hiding creates mistrust, laughing it off trivializes the feelings, and then obviously denying the obvious insults the person you're chatting with or want to meet. It insults their intelligence. You're basically saying, you're wrong, you're stupid, this is normal. Well, if you see two people bonking in front of you, that's porn, okay, on a screen or in person. So when people say, but porn's okay, but if two people are bonking in front of my girlfriend or my boyfriend in the house, but they don't touch, that's not okay. It's the same thing. Watching two people have sex in your living room or on your bed but not touching them is the same as watching porn. It's the same. So when people say, oh, it's okay if they watch porn, but no, I don't want it. No, of course not in the house. Oh no, it's exactly the same. The only difference is there is a screen. And this person that my friend's talking to needs to understand that, because if you do stuff like that online, that's online forever. And that's porn, my dear. That's porn. In my opinion, anyway. I'm sure many people agree with me, because everybody does. So it's like turning up to a date wearing a clown suit and pretending you're invisible. Everybody can see it, so you might as well acknowledge it. And for my friend and anyone in this situation, honesty is non-negotiable. If they can't own their past with maturity and empathy, you'll never build real trust. So, my friend's biggest worry wasn't even about the past itself. It was this: how can I introduce this person to my family and friends and even my daughter or my little brother when one quick Google search brings up what we've been talking about? And that's fair, because relationships don't exist in a vacuum. They exist in communities with parents, friends, colleagues, and let's be honest, judgy aunties who Google everyone. So humans, as we know, are social creatures, and we care about how our choices reflect our identity. We care. That doesn't make us shallow, it makes us socially aware, because these days we have to be. And if dating someone means constantly managing public perception or worrying about what's online, that's emotional labour you didn't sign up for. And if that person mocks you for caring, that's a big red flag for empathy, not just for image. So, key red flags in this situation that we're talking about. Mocking your feelings. This suggests immaturity. Deflecting responsibility. It's just acting. Means I don't take this seriously. Provocative online behaviour continuing even now. That's not a past issue, but an ongoing one. And no understanding of consequences, which means that believing things online simply vanish. Now, people who minimise or laugh at serious conversations often use humour to avoid accountability. It's not confidence, it's emotional avoidance. So, some advice from my friend. You can admire someone's looks or charm, yeah, but if their choices cause you embarrassment, stress or self-doubt before the first date, it's a time to say, ciao ciao. It's a time to step back. If you have to do a background check before a coffee date, it's probably not the start of a fairy tale. So what's the lesson here? The internet never forgets. Attention is a short-term drug with long-term side effects. And laughter isn't the same as honesty. So if someone's digital past makes you uncomfortable, trust that feeling. You're not being judgmental, you're protecting your peace. And if you have a colourful online past, own it. Unless you're ashamed, but if you're ashamed, get it deleted. Explain it if you really think you should own it. Be upfront if you've got nothing to be ashamed of, because hiding it only makes it look worse. But don't expect everybody else to accept that and want to date you and have a long-term relationship when at your kid's 18th birthday, one of their friends pulls up a video they found of you online being bonked up the backside. Bonked up the backside. BBB. So, in 2025, dating isn't just about chemistry, sadly. It's about Google results, self-awareness and emotional responsibility. Romance might start with a swipe. but it survives through honesty. So before your next date, maybe do your homework, but also check the homework on yourself. Ask, would I want to find my online past? If the answer is no, perhaps it's time to tidy the digital attic. Remember, stay smart, stay curious, and for heaven's sake, stay offline if you're not ready for your close-up.